everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, or evening, probably not evening, but morning or afternoon, depending on your time zone. Actually, it could be evening where you are now, I think about with this competition. But I'm Mike Sorg, the podcast and video producer with the SAE Collegiate Competitions here, live from you here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we have a very special stream today. I'm glad all of you guys could join us on the live stream over on our YouTube page, or if you're checking us out later, thank you for tuning in. So we're going to have, so the big thing here is we're going to have, of course, it's the 40th anniversary. You've seen the videos, heard the podcasts over the last several months. And of course, we're going to have a big thing at the Michigan competition up there. I believe the first night it was going to be, and we're going to make a big to-do about it there with all of you there in attendance and have a lot of fun and celebrate being around for 40 years for Formula SAE. So instead, because obviously everything's happened, and we're all, wherever we are, and 2020 is 2020, but so we're going to make a big to-do about it on the internet, and we have a whole cast of friends from Formula here on the line with us. So I'm going to go down the line here. First of all, joining us is Kaylee Zundel, the Education Program Manager with SAE. Kaylee, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. And you also are coming from the greater Pittsburgh area, right?
That's right.
Yep.
45-degree day.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's wonderful and wet up in this. I think it's wet everywhere from what I understand. And let's see, going down the line here, you've heard this voice probably over our radio, or he stopped you. Dave McHegg. David the Gate is with us. Again, in disembodied voices, I know him.
Hi, guys. This is David the Gate.
And we also have Tony Alicio, the design event captain, chief design judge with Formula SAE. How you doing, Anthony?
Hey there. Good.
There you go. I love you. Just like we would have seen you with the design judge shirt and everything. It's like we never missed you this season.
Yeah, I only got one shirt. I just wear it all year round.
Oh, is that too? Yeah. I'm the same way with this hoodie. So yeah, I got you. And of course, the guest of honor for the live stream, Dr. Ron Matthews with the University of Texas of Austin, and joining us right now. How you doing, Ron?
Good. How are you?
So you got, of course, the big thing with this. So we'll talk a little bit, but you got the package in the mail.
Got the package.
We did
indeed.
We were, because one of the big things was we're going to have a gift for you. As the forefather of Formula SAE here, and so we finally coordinated it. You're down there in Texas, of course, and we're all coming from. Oh wait, I didn't nail it down. Dave, where are you coming from today?
The Detroit area.
Detroit area, of course.
Right outside of MIS.
There you go. Hey, there you go. And Tony? LA. So we're covering at least three time zones here. I bet it's a lot warmer there than it is here.
A little bit.
So, but anyways, so I guess first of all, I gotta ask Dr. Ron. So of course we had a discussion on the podcast about the history of Formula and everything like that. And just to kind of talk about that for a moment. Like, did you ever imagine when you were rolling these Formula cars in a parking lot somewhere in Texas that 40 years later this thing would still be rolling?
No, it wasn't obvious back in 81 when we started this thing that it would survive after we let it go. So we hosted it the first 4 years and just hoped that it would be self-sustaining, and never imagined it would have the global impact it has now. So that's extremely satisfying as an engineering educator. So it's safe to say that tens of thousands of students have had their engineering education vastly improved by their voluntary involvement in Formula SAE.
Absolutely. And hey, if anybody on the live stream with us today on YouTube, feel free to ask any questions about the 40 years of Formula as well, and we'll be sure to insert them in here and ask our panel too. Tony, Dave, I want to touch base with you guys quickly. Like, how just remind people, how long have you been with this competition?
Well, my first year as a student competitor was 98. So graduated 99. So then basically been either, first couple of years after graduating was a steward, and then got involved with the design event, and basically with that ever since. So basically 19 years as a volunteer.
That's
So
fantastic.
Wow.
David the Gate here. I've been the ogre at the gate for geez, going on 25 years.
Wow.
And it's been phenomenally wonderful throughout that entire 25 years.
Excellent, excellent. So, any fond memories? What's kind of your top fond memory over the years each of you have been involved here?
Well, I would have to say that it's been, working with the competitors, working with the students. Yes, it's sometimes challenging, and it goes in both directions. Yet I would say that it's extremely rewarding, because I also help with tech inspection, and it's great to, help the next generation of engineers, hopefully Ford automotive engineers, but help the next generation of engineers succeed. And it's our intent to help them and do everything we can to succeed. So the fondest memories, yeah, we've had, at MIS, we've had outstanding weather, yet then we've had tornadoes come through. And yeah, there's been times when it's been raining the entire weekend. But, we always look forward and recognize that it's going to be sunny and bright and warm the next year.
Forgot the year of snow.
Yeah, one year there was.
And nice plug for Ford there, Dave.
Yeah, well, there's no GM guys here, so.
hey, I was GM.
Well, you made the smart move of getting out of it. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's another phenomenal great thing about SAE, is because all of the OEMs come together, and we all work for a common goal, regardless of our allegiance. Yes, we can sit and banter, and we can, poke fun at each other, yet we're here for a common goal, and that's the success of SAE. And it goes not only to the formula program, but also the working groups and the tech papers and stuff. All your guards go down, all your animosity, all your guards go down. You're here to help people, and that's a great thing about SAE.
Excellent. Tony, Ron, you have any memories to share here?
I guess nothing, no like true like one thing that really stands out. It just, every year, you come on site, and it's like a reunion of, like all the design judges get together, and it's like, man, it's like, it becomes a family, and then, as you're talking to the students, watching some of the students progress through the ranks, go from being like you talk to them as a freshman or as a sophomore, and then later on as a senior, and you kind of see how they go. And then a couple of years later, they're in the industry. And I've been involved long enough now that I've been able to take some of those students that were students, and now they're like design judges, and really solid design judges, because they've been out in the industry and actually doing the work, and are able to come back and give back to the program. There's
So your coworker.
There's just watching Bill Riley. Number of and there's a reason why that we support this, not only just for our own personal just fulfillment, but professionally, the skill sets that are being provided by Formula SAE are what I want to be hiring as a as a manager, as a leader, because they're the skill sets that you just don't get from the classroom alone. It doesn't matter what school you go to, without like this, some sort of hands-on experience, there's just a hole in your overall education, and this is helps fill that hole, and gives I think gives the students an up that upper edge.
Absolutely. What about you, Ron?
What was the question again?
Is there any kind of top moments? Or
I'm an old geezer, right? My memory isn't all that good.
Kind of, what's your top memory from over the years of doing this? And you got the long haul of all of us, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's 40 years worth of memories.
Something's got to filter through.
Yeah, so one of the good memories was actually from the endurance race in 2019 for our Formula SAE IC car, the conventional Formula SAE car. So our second driver in the endurance race got out there and ran through about half his laps, and then the clutch started slipping. And it took a superhuman effort by our driver, Austin Baird, together with somebody who really understood how to drive with a manual transmission, to coax that car across the finish line. But he managed to do it. And so it went from being very stressful to being everybody being elated that we had finished all the events.
Fantastic.
So one of those good memories. We've had bad memories as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, is like that opportunity to kind of overcome like engineering adversity like that, right? And in a high pressure situation. I mean, that's kind of the thing that builds character in students on teams.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so let me tell you a real short story. So I was at Formula SAE in Lincoln, and Schlumberger, which is a French oil field company. So they do work out in the oil fields, including offshore, and they have a big American presence. And so a guy was wandering through the pits, and he had his Schlumberger shirt on, and he was looking for teams that were sponsored by Schlumberger. And I asked him why he was there. Our team was sponsored by Schlumberger because we had a kid on our team whose dad was vice president of Schlumberger and had been operating the Houston office for a while, but then went back to France. So anyway, he said that the reason that Schlumberger sponsored Formula SAE teams was because in Formula SAE, you learn to diagnose and fix engineering problems and design problems in the field. And you don't learn that in school.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Something about hands-on. You just got to get out there. So speaking of hands-on, we got something special. This is let's get to the grand unveiling, if you will. Ron, do you have the package?
I have the goldfish bowl.
The goldfish bowl. He's been, before we went on air, he was suspecting that it was a goldfish bowl, and that he's been making sure that they stay alive in there, hopefully. So that's his guess on what it is. So, all right, you got it right there. Let me. This is gonna be, this is not your typical unveiling of sorts. So we're going. Jeez, like I'm looking at this, and let's put you on over here, Ron. And from what I understand, hold on, I have a document here. We haven't looked too deeply at this document, and let me see if we can.
I have.
Haley has. Haley.
So Mike, I'm going to interrupt real quick. Obviously, before we get to Ron opening this, obviously, from the SAE side, we had hoped to make kind of a year-long celebratory event with the 40th anniversary and your involvement, and we were able to kick that off in March. We did have yourself and Bob Seckler, who was the retired education manager of SAE, talk about the beginnings of the program. And then we'd hope to have this award unveiling at the award ceremony, or actually no, we were going to do it at the welcome ceremony this year in Michigan. Because we were going to have all kinds of treats like cupcakes and candy bars and popcorn and all this kind of stuff. But
so that's what's in here? Is left.
Yeah,
Gotta feed the fish somehow.
Obviously COVID had other plans for us, but for me personally, and then from an organization, SAE, we still felt it was very important that we recognized you for all your effort in honestly creating this program of Formula SAE 40 years ago, because it was your drive and your involvement with your team back in 1980 that reached out to Bob Sackler to really get those started in 1981. So with that, in our virtual environment world, thank you so much for being the driving force behind this program that we now see globally around, the past 40 years. And with that, I did have some help. So getting the gifts created that you're about to open from one of our key volunteers. And as he already off Dave at the gate. And so in a typical engineer fashion, he's made this an engineering problem. But Dave also has just a few words to say as well.
Who wrapped this thing?
Dave. It's all Dave's fault.
Dave at the gate.
Dave, can I go get a blowtorch to get this thing open?
Whoa, we gotta go.
I told you there's enough packing tape on that to go around.
You
the
Ron, are you able to? Can you tilt your camera a little bit? I don't know. I think we need more room because I'm guessing this is a two-handed situation. Oh, geez, there it is.
There it is. I'm gonna have to prop the camera up.
And then we have, because this is going to take a moment, I think, for us to get through this process. I don't know, at least, I don't know, do I have 10 slides, 13 slides to open this package? So let's just take it step by step, actually read the instructions, and in the chat room, if you can guess what's in the box, again, I think you have time to get your guess in, and we'll put those in as we go here. So let's see, how are you doing over there? How heavy is it, first of all? Let's start with that.
It's not that heavy, but
okay.
pounds.
So we see the writing on the front of it. Are there any other kind of markings? You say there's a lot of tape on there. So
there's this side up marking.
Okay. All right. Well, let's first of all, let's see. Step 1, we have Dr. Ron's unpacking instructions. Slide 1. In the following pages, a process is detailed to unpack the project, which celebrates the significant contributions Dr. Ron Matthews has made to the Formula SAE competition. So, Step 1. Place package on a flat horizontal table. It's in
going to be impossible.
Okay, it's in your lap. I'm sure it'll be fine. Table should be parallel to the floor, surface A, within 0.250 inches.
That's a quarter of an inch.
Tabletop should be 30.005 inches to 32.9999 inches above the floor. And I got a little diagram here for you in the corner too, if you can see that. So, how are we on step 1?
Notice the GDT down in the lower right-hand corner.
That's right. There it is for you guys. Okay. All right. We have guesses coming in. A mini RC Formula car is one guess that's come in. So let's see. Step 2, gently flip carton upside down, it says.
Oh, it says this side up. I can't do that.
But it's
There's a big this side up on it, with a lot of goldfish are still alive.
It looks like
Go on, leak it out.
labels down. I don't know. Can you see that picture, Ron?
Yes.
Yeah. So does it look like that way? The way you're holding it? I see there's a little flap on the one side of sorts. Maybe that's a good.
Okay, let me turn this the other way around.
All right.
I told you this would be an engineering problem to solve.
Oh, this might be the best thing I've ever streamed. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I've got it turned in the right direction.
All right. So let's see what step 3 says. Oh, we got a little more going on here. Use a sharp cutting utensil, gently underlined, cut packing tape, securing the carton top to carton bottom. Caution: sharp cutting utensils create a potential for personal injury. Use any sharp cutting object with properly insured adult supervision. I hope you're covered up there. And failure to maintain adult supervision. Failure to maintain adult supervision while using a sharp cutting utensil may cause personal harm or injury. So
disclaimer.
I'm glad we got that in.
Yeah, you got to watch for that liability.
All right, how are we doing on the process? The thing is, if anything goes wrong, we can call for help.
Okay.
Or you?
Dave,
Yeah,
how long would it
right
take
around the
you
corner.
to fly to Austin, Texas?
Give me a
Help
minute.
me unpack this box.
All right, let me know when you're ready safely. This is exciting.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, this box is not cooperating.
Dave, you used too much tape.
Should have used half the Earth rather than full Earth.
We're only on slide 4, by the way.
I think we're going to set up a live webcam so people can just check in once a day to see how he's progressing with the unboxing.
We may have to. How much time do we have
Good
slated?
idea.
Dr. Ron, it was an honor to make this project for you.
Well, I do appreciate it, but
He wishes you would have flown down now to open it.
right.
Was this the? I gotta ask. Was this the intention? The night of? Was this the original plan, or this is developed? Because I would have loved if this is what we were doing in front of an audience of.
No, on site it probably would have been easily just, pulling the curtain off of the, the cloth off the trophy.
All right. But not nearly as much fun.
Correct, yeah.
Oh no, your camera went. Oh no, your camera fell.
Yes, it did. My umbilical cord here caught on the patch.
So we have you pause for a moment. There you go. It's getting.
Have you used up the first Swiss Army knife? Now you need a second?
Really? I'm back needing that blowtorch, I'm pretty sure.
It's like a stuck fastener. If it's liquid, it can't be tight.
And still, if anybody has any guesses as to what's in here, please drop that in the chat room over on YouTube. Yeah, that looks like some progress.
Maybe. Got something to move.
Okay.
Like progress.
Just listen to that amount of tape that they use.
Save the tape, you can reuse it.
That's right. That's right.
It's not wrapping paper.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy.
Whoa.
You never knew packing tape could be so strong.
No kidding. Okay, I'm still stuck somewhere. Whoop.
Oh, there goes the camera again.
There it went again.
It's a here's a.
umbilical cord stuck under the package here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Dave, can you see what I'm doing?
No, I cannot.
No, it's totally back
that's
up.
unfortunate. I was hoping you
Unfortunately.
could give me a hint.
Well, it's two halves like a clamshell. So once you get the tape done, the top clamshell should come off of the bottom.
So wait, are you moving ahead without instructions? Is that what's happening right now? Where are you at in the process?
And I think I may have most of the top.
Okay.
Cut free,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, so let's go back to the instructions and see if we missed anything. So the next one, step 4, only on 4, is carefully flip the carton to the original upright position.
Okay, I've been there, I think.
Okay, all right. So step 5, we need to remove carton top from carton bottom by gently pulling the top in a direction perpendicular to the supporting table surface using a force of 14.991 pounds. Oh, wait, what's this little F here? I'm sorry, I'm not an engineer.
Pound force.
Pound force, thank you. To 19.909 pound force. There you go.
Well, that's a problem. I'm way too strong to be able to exert something that minuscule.
Be gentle.
Some extra surprise tape there. There you go. There you go.
All right.
So we remove that.
Success.
We have separated.
Next slide.
Next
Hey,
slide.
and when when you get the top off, here are the instructions for how you get the top off.
Place the carton.
Quick returns though.
No.
But it does come with a lifetime guarantee.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Was that a trash bag? Was that in there?
Yeah.
Step 7,
All right.
remove the top layer of the internal packing material by gently pulling the top layer in a direction perpendicular to the supporting table surface using a force of 12.991
He's
pounds per
well-
force.
Oh, he's well ahead of
Oh,
me.
oh no, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Hold that up a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, check that out. Look at that. Formula SAE race car, complete with cones. It says UT Austin on it. That is fantastic. It's even got my name as if I ever designed one of these things, which I haven't.
There it
I tell my
is.
student how to
Did we
design
spell
it.
your
I've
name
never
right?
done it, so there you go.
Hopefully we spelled your name right.
You did. Thanks very much. Got a second cousin who spells Matthews with one T, and we call that the lazy end of the family.
Oh, fantastic. That was an adventure.
Yeah, that was.
Did you expect
We
that?
aim to please.
There you go. Did you expect to have to put so much elbow grease into getting that package open here today?
I think I could build a Formula SAE car easier.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Well, hey, 40 years to work in that project, right?
Yeah, 40 years to open the package.
We have Clifford Singh in the chat room saying thanks for everything, Ron, as well. So a little shout out there. Oh, fantastic. So where are you putting that one?
I think I'm going to take that home.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it might not last long at the university, I'm
Oh,
betting.
that's right. My students could steal the tires off of it.
The way they take manners and things, you know.
Well, please recognize that comes with a lifetime guarantee. In the event that you're ever dissatisfied with it, all you have to do is get it back into the hands using that original packaging and as much packing tape, get it back into the original hands of the guy who made it, and he will either replace it or repair it at the same
right.
price you paid for it. So, so save the packaging.
Okay, will do.
Oh, fantastic. So any parting words here, Ron and the crew?
I guess I just want to say thanks. I mean, I'm sure I would have a career if it weren't for Formula SAE. I don't know where it would be. It would definitely be different. There's no question about that. So I appreciate you kicking this whole thing off. I know it wasn't your grand master plan to create something that was going to live this long and become what it is, but you did. So I thank you for that. I'm sure it's been lots of blood, sweat, and tears over the years. But I personally want to thank you, and on behalf of I don't even know what the count of participants would be at this point, but yeah, just thank you. You started something pretty great.
I second that, that's for sure.
Thank you. So I'd like to thank Bob Scheckler and Kaylee and Jamie and all the SAE staff people who make Formula SAE happen, and especially all the volunteers, because without all the volunteers, it takes a trainload of volunteers to make Formula SAE happen every year. Without those volunteers, it would be gone.
It's an honor.
And so really grateful.
That is definitely a fact. I mean, just Michigan alone, we get about 450 volunteers. So, yeah. So
Man.
definitely a huge shout out. I wish I could give a car to everybody, but Dave doesn't have that amount of wood or time. But no. So thank you definitely, Ron, for reaching out to Bob. 40 years ago.
We
41.
could get Tony to chop down a bunch of trees in California. That way they won't be available to burn, and he can bring all those trees to Dave to make more of these things out of.
We'll get working on that.
Yeah. I think this might be a law against that.
Got a bit of time in our retirement. Yeah, we can fit
There
it
you
in.
go. That's right.
That's amazing. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dave, for going through that packing. Okay, wait,
half the project is the project itself, but the other were the instructions.
So how long did it take you to prepare this?
Yeah, really.
Not the
About
Cannot have been easy.
Well, the first one was about 3 months. This one was about a month, and I'm, and to be honest, it's a good thing that the MIS event was delayed a little bit, which allowed a little bit more time to properly build your project, Dr. Ron.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, at the gate.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it's been great to chat with everybody and see the faces that we didn't get a chance to see a lot of this year, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to seeing everybody in person once again. So thank you so much, and anybody out there watching live, thank you. If you're coming across this, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know what's going on. The podcasts are on here in kind of hybrid audio video version as well. And then we know there's a lot of information coming up. Please subscribe to the Formula SAE Fastcast on your favorite podcast player. We do have something coming up very shortly talking about the 2021 season and what that's going to look like, and why you should be registering here in the next couple of weeks and months and everything that's going on with that. Kaylee, you have any words you want to say to preview that a little bit?
No. I think we've given enough, or we've provided enough information through our multiple channels, whether it's a document we pushed online, newsfeed we pushed out, our fall kickoff. This is kind of just that final piece wrapping it all up, I think, so that teams have the the most amount of information to make that decision whether they want to stay engaged with us this year or not. As there's obviously, whether virtual or not environment, there's still so much to be gained by participating in this program. So.
Yep. Hey, I'm glad we still have the opportunity, even with everything going on, to get together virtually and still do this thing and have some fun around it. So thank you, everybody that's been joining us. Thank you, everybody on the stream. Thank you, Tony, Ron, Dave, Kaylee, all for being a part of this as well. So
Thank you, too.
Our pleasure.
all right. And everybody, have a good Friday. Have a happy Halloween, I guess.
Right.
That's happening right now. But please, above all, with everything going on, please stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys next time.